Hello, hello, hello. I am really discombobulated today. I don't know what's going on. Okay, I just sent out my notices and hello, welcome to everyone. Welcome if you're joining us from Craft Around the Clock. We are glad to have you. I'm Robin from Raincross Farms Makery. And let me get just a couple of things set up here. And we will be good to go.
There's Tracy.
Hello, Tracy. Hey, Tracy, thanks. Sorry I'm a little late today. Looking at, okay, that's the one I want to post that to. That's good to go. Okay, hopefully everything is working. The keyword tonight is snowflake, or is it snowflakes? Snowflake. You could do snowflakes too. It would still work. That will get you entered in our end of the month drawing, and we are so happy to have you here. I have been thinking about the different ways that we can use my chalk transfers. And this is the one we're going to use tonight. This is classic snowflakes. It's just 6 different snowflakes. And we're going to use this 4 different ways. So hopefully you will learn, you'll learn a new technique tonight maybe. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to cut these apart. So this is my self-adhesive sticky back screen transfer. And I'm going to show you the typical way that we show you 3 other types of ways. So I'm just cutting this apart. I'm keeping my backer sheet intact so I can lay them all back down. That doesn't. So, hello Bessie, welcome.
Bessie.
Hello, hello, hello. And on my way getting ready here, I smacked my knuckle, so I've got a bloody knuckle. So hopefully that doesn't anybody out. Last one separated. Okay, so the first way I'm going to show you is just our ordinary chalk technique. Only I'm not going to do, I could do this on paper, I could do this on wood, I'm going to do it on acetate, and we're going to kind of make a dangling ornament. So this is a clear acetate sheet. Now it looks a little cloudy, that's because it's got a protective plastic sheet. Now this, I just got this is from Cricut, so I probably ordered it online. You could probably get this at Joann's, Walmart, online, but I think you can Google clear acetate sheets anywhere and get these. So I'm going to attempt to peel off that top protective layer. Doesn't want to cooperate, so I'm going to stab it with my X-Acto knife. So this keeps it from getting scratched up in transit. I'm just going to peel that sheet off. Now there's still a protective sheet on the back. I'm going to leave that on for right now. And I'm going to put this on. I wish I had something cleaner. Anyway, I'm going to put this on my white thing so maybe you can see it a little bit better. And let's do this snowflake. So I'm just going to take this, I'm going to get my towel, and I'm going to put a little bit of fuzz on the sticky part because it's really, really sticky when I first use it. Hello, Eugenia. Hello, Bobby. Hello, Gail. Hello, Roberta. Okay, so I've got a little bit of sticky on here, and I'm just going to, let's do it over here. I'm just gonna place it down right there. And I'm just gonna chalk it. And I'm gonna use a couple of our colors that you can't get. These were our colors of the month. This is Glacier, which is a real pretty kind of a turquoise shimmer, and then Duchess, which is a real pretty blue shimmer. And I'm just gonna chalk this. So I'm gonna get a squeegee.
And Denise wants to know where you got your snowflake stencil.
I sell it in my online shop. So if you comment Snowflake, you'll get a message to your messenger. Click on product info, and then another message will pop up, and then click on today's supplies, and it will send you a link to my online shop. And I have this stencil.
And tell everybody to hang
On
on.
that chart.
I'm going to make them seasick here for a
Okay,
second.
Bill's gonna mess things up. So I'm just taking this paste with a squeegee and dragging it over that screen. Scrape off the excess. And I'm gonna grab this.
Oh. There, it zoomed in and
Woo!
it went in too far. There we go.
Okay, and
There we go. That's
to,
better.
I'm going to peel this off.
Sorry about that, folks.
And ta-da! You can see my snowflake. Now I'm gonna put this down on this is just a Dollar Tree dish drying mat. I'm gonna put that down, and I'm gonna give it just a quick spray with water till we clean it. And I'm gonna let this dry. In fact, I'm gonna give it just a zap. I will chalk the back of it. Am I crooked? Is it just the things in the back? Whatever. I don't know. Anyway, sorry. If it's crooked, just kind of tilt your head.
Margaret, I'm doing very well. I even went to work too.
Oh, Denise. Welcome. So let me put this away. And told you I'm a little uncoordinated tonight, so I'm gonna just pour some water in a little tub to put that squeegee in. And I'm gonna continue to let this dry, and then we will cut out around it in just a little bit. So that is one way, just using our chalk paste. Over there. Another way, this is kind of in no particular order, but I don't know if some of you may have seen, uploaded a little video on some cookie decorating, and I had this idea, and it worked out great, to use my chalk transfers to decorate sugar cookies. So let me show you that. What did I do? There's my cookies. Okay, so I baked just some round sugar cookies, and I iced them with a royal icing. These are pretty good size. These are like 4 inches. So I iced them with some thinned out royal icing, so it self-levels, it lays down really flat. If you want to go see that video, follow our page, Raincrest Farms Makery, and look for that video. You can see how I did them. And I got this idea in the middle of the night, and it worked out great. Now, I'm not going to put this down on my cruddy craft table. I'm just going to stick it right there. And we are going to use, what did I do with them? We're going to use one of our transfers on the cookie. So how about this one? Now, I had some comments about, oh, what about the stickiness? The sticky doesn't come off on the cookie. But if you are concerned, I don't normally recommend this. But if you're concerned, maybe you're using a used stencil. If you want to make sure it is nice and clean for food products, and again, I don't recommend this all the time, but use like a disinfecting wipe and just clean your transfer with that. You don't want to use chemicals because it will break down the adhesive, but because we're using it with food, I want to make sure it is super, super clean. There's no manufacturing chemicals or anything on there. So I've got that clean. I'm going to just lay this down on top of my cookie. Now, it really needs to be a very flat surface so we don't have any bleeding. I'm going to put this transfer down on my cookie. I'm not going to press it too tightly because it will pull up the frosting. So this frosting is the type that dries hard. This isn't super, super hard. It's easy to bite into, but it dries hard. And I made up some blue. Some of the white icing I tinted blue. And we're going to use this just like chalk paste. But this is frosting. And I pulled out a new squeegee. Just because I'm using it on food, I'm going to clean it with that Clorox wipe. And I'm going to just use this like chalk paste. Wait till you see this. Super cool. Okay, so again, I'm not using my chalk paste. This is actual icing. So it's all completely 100% edible. Although our chalk paste is non-toxic.
But
It probably doesn't taste good. So I'm going to carefully peel this off and look. Now I'm going to let that dry a little bit. And again, that's that royal icing, so it will dry solid. And this cleans up super, super easy. So there's my cookie. Let me clean these up real quick. Let me show you how they clean up. Okay, do we have any questions? You're excited to try it in your new oven element to be installed tomorrow. How fun. Okay, so to clean these, especially this icing one, just the same, I'm going to just spray it with some water. I'm going to take a Swedish dishcloth or a paper towel. Sorry about that knuckle. And just get that top layer of paste or icing off. And then I'm going to switch over to my board eraser. It's a lot like a magic eraser. And this is going to pull out all of the rest of the paste or icing from that screen. And again, if you're going to do it with cookies, you probably want to make sure it's really, really clean and use the disinfecting wipe if that bothers you. I personally, a little bit of bacteria never hurt anybody, right? Okay, so those are clean, and I'm just going to let them air dry. Now let's go back to this one. I'm going to close up my frosting. So, isn't this fun? Cute, cute, cute. Oh, I have some other ones too. Let me show you.
So Mary Ann said, where did you buy the designs? You probably need to tell her.
I bought the design from my shop. I sell Chalk Couture products in my online shop. So you can click on, if you type in Snowflake, you'll get a message. Click on product info. Another message will pop up, and click on today's supplies. And this transfer with these 6 snowflakes will pop up. So here's ones I did. This is a retired transfer, but these are some more cookies that I did. Are they cute? So, fun way to decorate cookies. And I just put these, I have some little plastic bags that I just sealed them into. Okay, let me see. I'm going to go back to this one. Okay, I have almost a half an hour. Okay, I'm not going to cut super detailed. I'm just going to cut around the arms of the snowflake.
For those watching on YouTube, you can click the first link in the comments, the YouTube link. That will take you to the same place that the others on Facebook can get to.
Hopefully you heard that. We're also broadcasting live on YouTube. My bot does not work on YouTube. It only works on Facebook. So if you want to get the same information and you're watching from YouTube, there is a little link in the comments that you can click on, and it will get you to the exact same information. And this could be a cute little window hanger. It could be a Christmas decoration. So this was just using our chalk paste. I'm going to turn this over and we're going to chalk the back side. It still shows through on the back side, but I'm going to kind of do it a different color. So I'm going to turn this, I'm going to remove that back protective sheet. It's just thin plastic. Okay, so remove that. I'm going to take this same transfer, I'm going to dry it up.
Marianne asked, can the designs be bought in a cake supply store?
The designs, no, not these. These are only available through our Chalk Couture website. They might have stencils, which are not the same as silkscreen transfers. Down, I'm going to line this up. Chalk it exactly. Back. Okay. And I've got this down on a towel just so I don't accidentally scrape that paste. And now I'm going to switch to my glacier color. Same thing. It's going to spread it over that. Simple. Scrape off the excess. That off, and now I have a two-sided like. So this side has the bluish, this side kind of has that greenish. I'm going to let that dry. Okay, two more. I told you two more things. So I showed you the chalk paste. I showed you how I did it with icing. Next, we are going to etch it onto glass. Fun, fun, fun. So I have all kinds of things. What do I have? Okay, so I got this glass mug from the Dollar Tree. And we're going to etch a couple of snowflakes on this. I'm going to do just a couple at a time, but when I'm done, I'm going to go back and I'm going to put a whole bunch on. So I'm going to do a couple of, okay, now because this is glass, this is going to grab really, really tight. So I'm going to fuzz this really, really well, because I don't want to have trouble pulling it off and where I stretch my transfer. So I'm going to lay this down. Glass. Push it down. Okay, that's over a little bit. It's a little too far over. So I'm pushing it down, making sure it's adhered everywhere. And then I'm going to do one on this side. How about we use this on that side? Same thing, I'm going to fuzz it. Get lots of lint on the back. Do the same thing. Okay, and to etch it onto the glass, it is going to permanently scar the glass. And I'm going to do that with glass etching cream. This is Armor Etch. It's available in my shop. It's on that shopping link, but it's also available on Amazon. It's available at any craft store will have this. There are other brands, and I can't recommend them because I haven't tried them. This was the first one I tried. It worked perfectly fine. I haven't tried any others, but I know there are other brands out there. But again, I haven't used it, so I'm not going to recommend it just because I haven't used it. So I've got this down. I've got my etching cream, and I'm going to put this on with an old ratty paintbrush that will not work for painting because it's just really cruddy. And I'm going to take this. It's just a thick cream. And I'm going to take this and I'm just going to kind of pounce it on that transfer through those screens, those silk screens. And it will go through to the surface of the glass, and it will start etching. It only takes about 5 or 10 minutes for it to actually etch that glass. But I do want to get a thick coat on here. I don't want to go off the transfer because wherever this stuff touches, it's going to start etching. We're scarring up the glass. Now, not all glass can be etched. So before you try it, you probably want to take a little dab of this etching cream and put it in an inconspicuous spot on whatever piece you're wanting to etch, and leave it on there for 5 or 10 minutes, rinse it off, and if it etched, then you know your glass etches. If it doesn't, then you know whatever type of glass you have does not take itself to etching. I will tell you though, everything that I have tried from the Dollar Tree has etched really well. Any kind of glass plates, glass mugs has taken an etch that I've gotten from the Dollar Tree. Other one. Kind of pouncing it through. Putting it on kind of thick, because what I don't use I can scrape off and put back in my jar. Has anybody done glass etching before like this? Or maybe not with the chalk transfers, but has anybody done? Super easy, kind of intimidating, but it really, once you've done it, it's really not. Okay, so I've got this everywhere. I'm just going to go around it one more time, and then we're going to let it sit for about 5 or 10 minutes, and let this stuff do its thing. Okay. While we're doing that, I'm going to move on to our fourth thing that we can do with chalk transfers. We are going to do a faux wood burning. So I got these from Wood Round Coasters. I got these from Walmart. I know they also sell them at Hobby Lobby online. So they're just like little tree limbs that are sliced.
And we have those outside too, but
maybe
you didn't ask me for.
3/8 of an inch. Anyway, just wood, and I drilled a little hole in there, and we're going to use something called torch paste. Torch paste. Here's the envelope. Now I got this off of this website, which is torchpaste.com. But this is it, torch paste. I know that some stores in Etsy sell it. I imagine you could probably find it on Amazon, but this is the brand that I've used, Torch Paste. It's this bright orange. Not that it's going to turn this orange, but this is just so that you can see where your torch paste has settled. So I'm going to do just a fuzz, and I'm going to my piece of wood. So hopefully I'm not confusing you with all of these things going on. Okay, but I'm showing you 4 different ways you can use these transfers. So torch paste, I apply this just like I do. This is a little separated a little bit. I'm just going to give it a little stir. And I'm just going to apply it with one of my squeegees. Actually, I'm going to out. So it's like a gel. And I'm just going to squeegee that over. Show you how we will get it to look like it was burned into the wood. Now this really only works with raw wood. If you have a varnish or something over the top of it, it's not going to work. You want to actually get this torch paste into the wood. You don't need a super thick layer. Now, I will caution you, the armor etch and the torch paste are chemicals. So be careful with them with your transfers. You want to make sure you clean up your transfer right away. I have done these. I have never ruined a transfer, but I always clean it up immediately. So I've got that torch paste on there. I'm going to peel this off. And you can kind of see, because it was that orange, that's how you can see where it is. It won't stay orange, it's going to turn brown. But I'm going to clean this up right away. Again, just with water. I don't use soap or anything. But I'm going to use my Swedish dishcloth, clean off the top. And then I'm going to switch over to my eraser. So clean that one while I'm at it. Time. Doing okay. So I just want to make sure I really get that chemical out of that screen just so it doesn't eat up the screen. And like I said, I have never had a problem with it, and I've done this for several years now.
So you don't have to do anything like special chemical to clean that up. Water
No,
will clean out
just
the torch
just
paste,
water, just water. I don't know if this is water soluble or not. Probably is. Anyway, but just clean it up right away. Now, before I get to torching this, I'm going to just go over this, pounce over this one more time before we peel it off and rinse it away. Just to make sure it's gotten down to the surface glass. And I'm going to let that sit. Now I'm going to switch over back to the torch paste. Now I'm going to apply, what did I do with it? Here it is. I'm going to apply some heat to this. So I don't want to melt my plastic doodad here. So I'm going to take a pressing mat, and I've got just a pizza pan, and I'm going to use a heat gun. This is not a hair dryer. This is a heat gun. And I believe it says you need to use at least, I don't think it says it on there. You need to use, they recommend a 1,000 watt heat gun. That is a whole lot hotter than a hair dryer. So you really need some heat on this. This is, I think this is 1,500 watts. This we got at Harbor Freight, under 20 bucks. They have coupons. And I'm just going to take this, and we're just going to go over this. It's going to take till it gets hot. Once it gets hot, this is really going to change quickly. Again, this is screaming hot. It's going to take a while to get it warmed up. To burn the wood, you really just want to burn that paste that you applied. Like Kathy. It's going to take a minute. Brown, and you can decide when to stop putting on the heat. Lighter brown, you can keep cooking it until that paste turns black. I don't know if you can see. I don't know how hot this pan is. Starting to turn brown. And it goes from that orange that is the dye in the paste to a burnt. I'm going to stop right there, and I'm going to put this down. Now this is still really hot, so I don't want to touch it. It actually kind of warped it, but look at that. That's wood burning, so that's using, you can still see it kind of steaming. So that's using torch paste with our transfers. Now let's finish up our glass etching, and that will be our fourth way. So I'm going to take a squeegee, because there's a lot of excess on here. So I'm just going to take the squeegee and scrape that off, put it back in my container. Because it's still usable. It doesn't...
Jesse says very cool.
Very cool, very
Or
cool,
very
very
hot.
hot. And again, I'm making sure I don't get any of it on the glass, because if I get any on the glass, it's going to start etching. Okay, so this was on for what, maybe 10, 15 minutes? I think it really only takes about 5, but it's not like you can over etch it. So I've scraped the bulk of that off, and I'm going to close this up, and I'm going to peel these off. Now when I peel it off, it's going to go, ooh, look how, you could really see that. That's still the etching cream. That is not the etch yet. That is still the etching cream. So I'm putting these aside. I'm going to let that sit just for a second, because again, harsh chemical, I want to get that cleaned off. Now, if you're very sensitive to chemicals, you might want to wear gloves while you do this. But if you're pretty careful, I haven't gotten any of it on me. And even if I did, it doesn't like burn you instantly. If you happen to get some on you, just rinse it off. But again, if you are very sensitive to that, or you really want to be cautious, you could certainly put on a pair of gloves. Okay, so, and again, back to the board eraser, because this is what really gets it out of that stencil, that fine mesh, which is probably the most sensitive part of these transfers, other than the adhesive. So I'm just making sure I clean this off right away, like even before I finish wiping off my glass. I want to get these cleaned, because these transfers are reusable over and over. The company guarantees that you get 10 to 12 uses out of them, but I know you can get more uses out of them if you clean them up right away. Okay, so here is our snowflakes with our etching cream, and I grabbed, what did I do with it? I don't know what I did with it. It's over here. I have just a container here, and I'm going to just pour plain water in it. If I was upstairs, I would just run this under the sink, but I'm not upstairs. So pretend this is my sink. I'm just going to take a sponge. It doesn't have to be a board eraser, but that's what I have. And you're just going to wipe off that etching cream. And it etched beautifully. Okay, both sides. And I will show you in just a second. Look at that. I think I'm going to finish on time, other than decorating up ornaments and whatnot, putting ribbons and bows. But I got the basics done. I showed you 4 different ways that you can use chalk transfers. So let me set that aside. Let me dry this with a paper towel. Now this won't show really, really well on the camera.
Until you put coffee
Until
or
you put
hot
something
chocolate
inside
in
it. But you don't have to do these mugs. You can do, they have glassware, whatever. Anyway, can you see that? Look at that etched in there. That is not going to come off. It is etched into the glass. It's not something you can scrape off. Okay, but here we have some snowflakes on our glass. So that's what we did. I think I got some etching cream in a cut on my finger. That kind of stings a little bit. Let me clean that off. Okay, so recap. We made this little ornament with just chalk paste. And you can I put it on acetate because I kind of wanted it to dangle just as a, I don't want that one, dangle just as a snowflake. I don't know if I'm going to put it in a windowsill or if I'm going to put it in, I don't know where I'm going to put it. Tree ornament. I'm going to pop just a little hole in one of the edges so I can hang it from a string. But this is just chalk paste. That can go on wood, glass. Anyway, then I showed you can do it with icing on a sugar cookie. And here is our wood burned snowflake on a wood round. I could do the other side also. Have two-sided. I might just do that after this. And then we etched it on glass. So 4 different ways to use those snowflake transfers. So hopefully you loved it. Gail loved all of them. So tell me what was your favorite, or tell me what was something that was new to you that you never thought of before. We have just a minute or two. Tell me something that was either very new to you that I showed you, or something that is your favorite. I may just dangle it from my studio here. Have a whole row of them. Okay, Cheryl loved it. Wood burned snowflake. The cookie.
Show us the cookie.
The cookie. Oh my! I dropped a drop of water on the cookie. Oh no. It's ruined. Someone will have to eat it.
I'm sure I could be.
I dropped a little bit of water on it, but that's okay. That's okay.
Rose loves the cookies. Roxy said the wood burning is new to her.
Okay.
And a cookie.
Seen it done.
Seen it done.
Okay, awesome. Yes, it's very elegant. We also have transfers with letters, so you could do like a monogram on like a champagne flute. That's coming up for New Year's Eve, or a fancy mug like this. Cheryl loved the glass. So anyway, I had a good time showing you 4 ways you can use chalk transfers. I hope you will give it a try, and I hope you will follow us. My cookie video my post kind of blew up, and in the last less than a week, we've added more than 1,000 followers to our page. So I would really love to get to 10,000 by the end of the year. So if you are not already following our page, we would love it if you would join us, Raincross Farms Makery on Facebook. And you can also subscribe to us on YouTube. Doesn't cost anything. It's just a click, and then they'll let you know when we go live. But I hope you liked this, and like we always say, do something creative every day and just have fun. So thanks so much for joining us, and we will see you later. Have a great weekend.